Top 5 Weirdest Cars Ever Built in the World. 1970 Lancia Stratos HF0, a concept automobile that pushed the limits of car design to the fullest, was the 1970 Lancia Stratos HF0. The Stratos HF0, sometimes known as just Zero, was created by the Italian design firm Bertone to draw attention to itself and highlight its creative prowess. The Zero is barely 33 inches tall at its tallest point, which makes it one of the lowest automobiles ever created. This extremely low profile is the car's most remarkable feature. This wedge-shaped silhouette, with its angular lines and smooth surfaces, typifies the futuristic style of the 1970s. Through a flip-up windscreen and roof piece that resembles a fighter aircraft canopy, access is provided to the inside. With the dash panel and controls protruding far into the front part of the vehicle, the driver and passenger are seated in a reclined position. A novel screen with gauges and dials organized in a linear pattern was included on the inside, which was futuristic and simple like the exterior. An 115 horsepower Lancia Feed 4 engine located in the middle of the vehicle powers the Zero. Although the Zero was never put into manufacturing, it had a big impact on the automobile industry thanks to its lightweight design and aerodynamic shape, which allowed it to perform admirably for its period despite its tiny power output. 1955 Chrysler Ghia Streamline X Gilder. Chrysler Ghia Streamline X from 1955, a unique concept supercar from the middle of the 20th century. Gilder is a perfect example of future design. Giovanni Savanuzzi, a well-known name in automotive design, collaborated on the vehicle's style as part of a cooperation between Chrysler and the Italian design house Ghia. The design of the Gilder was greatly influenced by the emergence of the jet era, which drew inspiration from rocket aircraft in aviation. Its sleek, streamlined form, distinguished by its dramatic fins and low-slung profile, gave it a very futuristic aspect. The Gilder was operated by a gas turbine engine, which is uncommon for vehicles even today. This supercar was painted in a striking metallic gold hue, further accentuating its eye-catching look. As gas turbine engines were mostly employed in jet planes at the time, the engine choice fit with the supercar's jet-age design. The automobile was first presented as a non-running model, and the gas turbine wasn't included until the 1960s. Gilder was a completely functional concept automobile that was infrequently driven at events. Its peak speed was said to be above 140 miles per hour, which is astounding for a car from this era. The Gilder, which stands out in automotive history because of its distinctive engineering and design, is a prime illustration of the time period's preoccupation with speed aerodynamics and the Chrysler Ghia Sleek X Gilder, which captures the spirit of invention and design exploration that typified the 1950s, is still regarded as a priceless example of automotive history. Vision Mercedes Simplex. The Vision Mercedes Simplex maintains its classic roots and pays respect to the first vehicle to carry the Mercedes name, which made its debut 118 years ago. The Simplex, which was inspired by the 1901 Mercedes 35 PS race vehicle, blends classic design with contemporary materials and technology. In contrast to the prevalent carriage-like designs of the period, the original Mercedes 35 PS racing vehicle adopted a front-engine configuration, with the engine placed low in the chassis and at a passenger seat behind. The automobile industry was transformed by this invention. The conventional grille has been replaced in the Mercedes Simplex concept with modern components that incorporate historical design influences. There is a digital display that resembles the original automobile with a rose gold surround. This display can highlight the fusion of tradition and innovation by featuring the vintage Mercedes insignia in script and disseminating details about the vehicle's alternative, complete powertrain. Alfa Romeo Carabo. Marcello Gandini from the famed Italian design firm Bertone created the Alfa Romeo Carabo, a revolutionary concept automobile, in 1966. The 1968 Paris Motor Show saw the debut of the Alfa Romeo Carabo, which displayed a bold and futuristic style of design that would go on to shape the automobile industry for the next few years. The most distinguishing aspect of the Carabo is its sharply edged, wedge-shaped appearance, which marked a notable change from the rounded contours and smooth curves that were common in 1960s vehicle design. The automobile had a distinctive and aggressive look because of its groundbreaking form, which was distinguished by its low, flat profile, clean lines, and sharp surfaces. This Carabo's scissor doors, which moved upward and outward from a center hinge and ultimately came to be associated with Lamborghini, were another novel innovation. Under its futuristic and alien aspect, the Carabo's doors, vivid green paint, and orange-colored windows all worked together. A sports vehicle with a small manufacturing operation provided the chassis and technical foundation for the Carabo's bodywork. Carabo had a 2.0-liter engine. A 160 mph peak speed was reached by the vehicle thanks to its liter V8 engine's 230 horsepower. Although this Alfa Romeo Carabo was never put into production, numerous other concept vehicles and production automobiles used its design as inspiration. The Carabo is a real landmark in the world of prototype cars thanks to its creative design elements like its scissor doors and striking, futuristic looks that keep inspiring automotive designers. General Motors Firebird. These General Motors Firebird automobiles were designs that were showcased at the Motorama Auto Show in 1953, 1956, and 1959. They were inspired by military aircraft designs. These svelte and fashionable cars were given the moniker Firebirds, which alludes to birds. Their design actually takes more cues from jets. In terms of looks, the Firebirds were genuinely distinctive. They were produced in 4 different types over the years and had distinctively futuristic features, including tail fins, bubble-topped canopies, and short wings. The steering was managed by a joystick situated across the 2 seats, enhancing the driving experience and simulating the sensation of flying an aircraft. The Firebird used a power turbine, which sent power to the back wheels via a transmission, in contrast to a jet aircraft that generates thrust by releasing exhaust gas via a tail cone. This unusual engine had a power turbine speed of 13,500 RPM and could produce 370 horsepower.